Hello, everybody. My name is Shamash. I'm author of Mindfulness for Dummies, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top secrets for recording guided meditations. So let's get this out of the way. So I've called this topic "What equipment to use when recording guided meditations," but actually, before you even dive into thinking about equipment too much, most people are worried or concerned about getting it right and getting it perfect. So my breaking news tip for today is to embrace imperfection when recording your guided meditations. First time I recorded guided meditations, I had an old computer that I had to use, and I don't think phones were so much of a big thing there, and they weren't really used for recording stuff so much. So I just literally used my computer. I wrote out a script, or I got inspiration from other people's meditations, ones that I liked, and I kind of combined the different elements that I liked from them, put them together, and created a guided meditation that way. And that was the first set. And then back in those days, people weren't into MP3s either, so I had to use CDs, and I think I had to do it myself. Actually, I had to put them on the computer and then work out a way of burning CDs. I don't know if you remember the days of burning CDs, where you put the CD in and you burn it, and it puts the tracks on it. And I had to do it one at a time for each of the groups that I taught. So maybe there was 10 or 20 of them, and then also had to print the labels out as well. So I had to get a special label thing from my printer and print out these circular labels with the name of it and the name of the tracks and stuff. It's become much easier now in terms of you can use MP3. So the first and main tip is embrace the imperfection element. So, if you've got a phone and you've never recorded guided meditations, and you've learned about mindfulness and about the key principles, and you want to share it with others, then just use your phone to start with. And on the phone, there'd be an app which is called something like audio recorder or voice recorder, and have a go at recording a short guided meditation there. The other way you can do it is on your laptop computer, so no need to use any other microphone or anything. Just use the microphone from your computer, and then you can use a program like QuickTime or something like that, and that can actually record your track. And you can, if you're starting out and you're new and you've got some access to some scripts that you're allowed to record from, or you've been inspired and you've written something, or you've shared some guided meditations that people like, and you want to have a go at recording it, then you can have a go on your computer. People can be very judgmental, I've found, of their own voice. So you need to notice that, be aware of that, and step back from it. If somebody else was judgmental about themselves, you'd probably encourage them and say, hey, don't worry about it. Just have a go, share it around, and see if people like it or not. And that's the same kind of attitude I'd recommend that you do. Then if you want to take things slightly to the next level, then what I've done is I researched what were the best kind of microphones. And the one that kind of kept coming up is this one that I'm using right now, actually. It's called a Blue Yeti, although it's not colored blue. And it's a slightly large one. And it's a bit more expensive. It's like £150 or something. Connects to your computer. And it's actually designed not just for individual recording, but it's got these different settings. So like if one person's sitting on one side of the microphone, another person on the other, it would just record those two. Or it could be just designed to record one side, or you could adjust the settings so it records all around. So I think that's maybe why it's quite popular. Like if you're doing an in-person podcast, for example, you could be on one side of the microphone, the other person would be on the other, and it would just pick up those two voices. But I think a lot of people just use it for one way, and they just put that setting. And the great thing is then other ambient sound doesn't get picked up so much. It's just picking up the sound of the microphone. So this is what I use quite often. But, sometimes I use the microphone that just comes with my Mac computer, and people say, wow, which microphone are you using? And I'm like, just using the one which is on the laptop, actually. So that can be quite a high quality one. I know with Apple computers it is. Maybe it is with the others too. So don't discount that. Then if you want to take things even further, then you might be interested in actually going to a recording studio. And I don't know if any of you have done that. I've done that a few times, and I've shared some stories in the past of how challenging that can be in terms of managing a script, getting the script right, and then dealing with any nerves or anxiety that you might have while this person is trying to, tell you to kind of get on with it or deliver it in this way or that way. And you've got that pressure of time as well, because you've only got limited time and you have to get it right. And then it may be listened by a lot of people. So that's a bit more of a tricky one, but some of you may want to go on to doing that as a third step. But the first step, just using your phone or using your computer and recording there and embracing imperfection is really, really important. This book that came out a few months ago was written by our community, 26 different authors, and each of them recorded 2 meditations each. And nobody, as far as I know, from that group used a recording studio. Some of them may have used a microphone, and some of them just used their phone or computer. And, it's being listened to and enjoyed by many, many people all over the world. So it just shows that you can do that just in that simple way by simply recording on your phone or your computer and then sharing it that way. So if you've never done it before and you have done some training in mindfulness and you do know how to guide meditations, then have a go at recording it and share it with some sympathetic people who are likely to give you some positive feedback to begin with, and then other people, and gradually spread it around. And whenever you do guide mindfulness meditations or other meditations, remember to record yourself. The other place I do it, which I haven't shared, is on Zoom. So at the moment we're doing a meditation challenge and people are experiencing a different meditation every day, and so I record them. And so I've got that record there, so people who couldn't make it live can actually experience the meditation. And then also in the future, it would be a nice kind of bank of meditations for people to be able to access. So whenever if you're a mindfulness teacher or similar and you're teaching at the moment, particularly since it's online, use the opportunities to record what you're sharing, because that'll be a nice bank for the future. You're gonna keep recording it, and then ideally, even when you're in person and doing stuff, you want to be getting a record of what you're doing and what you're teaching, because it could be a valuable resource for people in the future if you create some sort of future online programs, for example. So that's it from me. That's what I wanted to share. Thanks a lot for watching, and leave any comments below and I'll do my best to respond to all of them. Any questions, any things you want me to cover in the future lives like this, then I'm happy to do that. Cheers. Bye for now.